Hello everybody and welcome back to the Pichonnière Valley. So I've just been informed that there is an update coming for this map which it will require a new save game, which is sort of giving me a bit of a quandary because I'm loving playing on this map, and by the looks of views, this is a lovely track, this is a lovely area, by the looks of viewing figures and whatnot, you all are too. So I'm in that bit of a predicament of where do I just keep carrying on until the new update comes and then restart and then get get all the same machinery, the same money, similar to where we are, or do we just ease off it slightly, wait for the updates so that it's not too big a change, because obviously we'll have to move through the months to try and get everything exactly to where we want it to be. I'm more thinking carry on and then just have to deal with the change as and when we get to there. But please do feel free to leave a comment below to let me know what you all think. You never know, by the time this one airs, the update may have already gone through Mod Hub, come back, and then we may have had to make the decision by then. But yeah, it's a slight bit of a quandary, but anyways. Also, ETS2, it's New Year's Day at the time of recording this. ETS2 video has gone out, so everyone can now see that. It's a bit of a new series, and I'll be very interested to know what people think. Right, as you can probably tell, we are off cultivating, and if you look in the top right corner you can see that we've got a few contracts on the go. So there's a few things I want to try and do this episode, is with obviously going down cows, which is the big thing, and trying to stick with the not vintage but the older theme. For love nor money, I could not find any mixer wagons or anything like that went with this series. But however, I have managed to find, this is very tight, and I have managed to find there is on Mod Hub a wooden TMR mixer, which I think that would be perfect. So I am looking to build to try and get that, which I think it's £15,000. So with these contracts we would be able to get it. But then on the other side of things, we don't have any mowers yet. And the mowers I want to go for, I can show you everything now, are these cutting bars. So that's 2,000 and 5,000. So that is £7,400. So we could buy these outright now, but then we wouldn't be able to afford. Where if I go into here, this is what I was thinking of getting. So that we can then put everything into there, and it's not the best of view showing you like that. That's a bit better. So we can put everything into there for our mixing station to do our TMR for the cows. So I would like to, in an ideal world, if we could buy all of them first, that would be brilliant. So my plan is do this cultivating, and then the cultivating helps fund the mowers. Then I can buy the mowers, and then hopefully the mowers then will fund the TMR mixing station. But we will just have to see. But anyways, without further ado, let's get cracked on. Let's get this done. Yeah, that's still going. If we go on to here and find cultivators, 100 horsepower, and this 101, so it'd only just pull it. Because I'm thinking if we were just to set the worker, I've missed a little bit there, if we were to set the worker on cultivating, doing a little bit for us in another contract, that would be very beneficial for us, I would have said. But looking at that, I reckon it would be a bit of a long slog, to let the worker try do it for us. Because just doing this has been long enough, and we're doing this 9 miles an hour. Yeah, 9 miles an hour. Right, I will just quickly get the rest of this done, which I am trying to also do it so that when we do a contract, we do the whole thing. That we're not, because you get that leeway where fair dues, if there was a bug or anything like that, which meant that we couldn't do the whole thing, then that's fair dues. But if we can, I would rather do so. And that's really annoying that I'm starting to miss some little bits. Well, we're almost there, 99%. Is it going to do 100 by the time? There we go. Oh, okay, it's not letting me finish the contract, which slightly annoying. But anyways, we'll just have to leave that as is. So I am going to collect this now to 6,435. So let's collect that. And what have we got here? So there's 4, 5. There's another 6,000 there in mowing contracts. So we are 17,000. So I reckon, let's just have a look at what other... Yeah, I'm not going to leave a worker on doing that bigger job. Is there... So that's a big mowing job. I'd seen that one. I'm not going to do that one. Grass tedding. There's a few to do, and definitely that's above our farmyard. So we will accept that contract, and we'll go take... Those weeds grew fast. Oh, that tedding contract's already 45% completed. We'll go back to the farm. We'll drop this off. And with dropping this off, we are going to get the John Deere to go do that tedding, because that field, it's only just above our house, so we might as well. I'm going to leave that there. Let's find this. We might as well lift that up, leave this all on. Without causing any damage is always a good sign. We'll go get the tedder. Like I said, the tedder can do field 7. And was there another tedding job? 68. Where is field 68? I know it's near where we're doing a contract. 67. Oh, 68's only small. It's a bit of a windy road to get there, but I would say let's just get one of the mowing contracts done, because I believe if we do a mowing contract, it'd be nice to change to do a tedding contract. And also, if we've got 2 vehicles, we might as well get them both working, because then we're making as much money as possible, which should mean that we'll be able to buy our mowers, which we're going to buy next, and then buy our mixing station, because I don't think our silage will be ready just yet, but certainly won't be far off. Right, let's put you into there. What's happened there? Is that because of that bush? Right, let's get up to the dealership. So let's now go onto here and mowers. So 2,100, let's buy that. I wish I could take the decals off. And 5,300, let's buy that. So this should now be a fair cutting setup, or a fair mowing setup for us. And that's cost £7,400. So let's put the front one on. And now we can look to get the back one on. And which field is the biggest out of these 2 contracts for us? Field 67. So to get to 67, if we go right, hit the main road, left, and then go right. Oh, this is these roads. They're so. It's brilliant because it takes you through the whole map and it's lovely, but it's so complex looking at it all. But right, let's go. We'll go down there. We will cut this field, and then, like I say, I think we'll send the worker on to cut the next one. Otherwise, we can then go get the tedder and cut the road opposite to it. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to do this with any smaller mowing setup. This has just been amazing. I'm very, very happy, and I can't see it, so I can't see any need for us to change this, at all, unless there's a new mod that comes out with, have the old sort of style, which again is rather large, like this one is. But right, we are 98%, so this pass here should, one would think, complete it. I know around the boundary I've left, there'll be a fair bit of grass that's been left. Oh, there we go. So that is now done. So let's lift them up and we can start to fold them away. So field 107 is where we want to go to next, which is, so up here, turn right into the village and then go left. And I will, let's just collect on that contract there. Collect. Oh, we're so close. So my plan is leave the worker on. We're going to leave that gate open. What a beautiful, fair dues, we went the wrong way. But in there, it's like little pockets like that. It's why I wanted to keep, the driving round, keep it as a time lapse. So when you do find little details like that, it's all there for us. And that's the field we did a tedding contract in not long ago. So I believe left here. I do love that in there and all, that's quite cool. And our John Deere, he's either stuck or he's still slowly progressing there with 82%. And then it's right, where it says 135, it's right there. Oh no, he's still going because that's just gone up by 1%. The only thing that I have to say about Black Sheep Modding's maps, we could have gone that way, is workers would struggle. Well, they're struggling, the majority of them. Fair dues, you can take the fences away by going to those little control boxes, but because the fields go so tight, the actual field boundary is so tight with the edge of the edge of the field. Like with that one, it was right up to the fence. If you were to have a worker do that, they would just end up crashing all the time and then costing you a lot of money whilst they're sat there doing nothing. Left in here. And how big is this one? This isn't big at all. Should I just whiz around this very quickly? Because it shouldn't take too much time. And we've still got, for the tedder, they've still got 13% to go and do. Whilst this, what can I do with this at 10 miles an hour? let's quickly whiz around this, and then, like I say, we will look. Another option is we could go back to the yard. Well, I was hoping we'd have enough money so I could go back to the yard and place the TMR mixer, but obviously that isn't the case just yet. And this is, a little field like this. This is just so lovely. How tucked away it is. Just, it's a very, very pretty map. I got that carried away. I almost forgot to see what percentage we were doing. I was sort of just cutting the field. So we are 99%, and the other contract has finished as well. So this shouldn't take long at all. There we go. That is another field done and dusted. So we'll get back to the farmyard, and we should be able to, if we go here, collect and collect. We'll just get that other tedding contract wherever it was. 68. So I'll get that one. Let's accept that. And right, we'll get back to the yard because we can look to build our TMR mixer. I don't see any point taking these mowers off just yet, so we will just park this here. And we can turn everything off because I can't see us using that again. So, oh, hello, no. TMR mixer. So we want this as conveniently as possible, which doesn't look like there's any real space, which would be highly convenient because they would block that off. The only other thing that I would possibly do is I'd sell that. Well, but I'm not selling it now because we've got silage in it, and put it there because then you could get it. Bale should appear here, so bale straight in, and then silage straight in. Or we go put it over here. Is there any bale storage over here? No, just silage clumps. Then makes me think, is it worth to put it over? I don't know. I'll have a look around the yard. I am thinking. Okay, what's happened there? There we go. That should be fairly flat there. So if I sell this building, I could put that onto there, and then it's somewhat close to the silage, and it's sort of in keeping. Let's just save the game first, just to make sure I'm not making any very silly mistakes. Let's turn that off. And I just said let's put the tractor here and then it'll be out of the way, but it's now in the way. We can move this back. Selling this shed, it only gets us, I think it's did it say £500? Right, let's sell that. It's selling that. We can now, if we try straighten that up against it, like so. Should we smooth out the rest of the area? Let's give that a go for now. Let's just hope it hasn't gone too badly. The back slightly set in, that looks alright. And then we should be able to fill from there. So let's go get this now. And we'll have a look at putting some silage into it and some hay and seeing how that works. And we will be able to now use a bucket. Well, sorry, we'll use a bucket to fill it all up, but use a trailer, one would think, to empty it. And that, I don't think that looks out of place at all, which is very good. That was one of my biggest concerns. And nothing intrudes into that clamp. So is this ready? Yes. So let's open that up. Jump into here. Let's get a scoop. I'm sure this, yeah, 1200 litres. So what I'll do is I'll transfer a bit of silage and a bit of hay over to here. We don't need straw, I believe, unless this is going to say to us that we need straw to make TMR, but I know in your mixer wagons you don't need to. Oh, please say I can load that in. Okay, that is... Oh, I don't need to put it right into the production like I was trying to do. I can just tip it here by the looks of it. But right, let's do a few loads of this. Let's get some hay into it, and then we'll see what's happening. Well, now we've got that TMR mixer, I'm thinking we were probably a bit premature going for it all, purely because it says we need straw and mineral feed, which I think I'll look at getting another production, try to find a cheap one somewhere that will do mineral feed, so that we can make that ourselves. But we won't, obviously, unless we go buy some straw, we won't be able to do anything with the straw until next harvest. I'm sure that contract's done. So why are these contracts? You finish them, but yet it still lets us continue. Why would the others? Is that because of a bug? But anyways, let's just remind myself. If we go to here, did I put... Okay, yes, I forgot. Everything is slightly different here. So where is... There's winter... No. Winter barley is what I put in, so we will get straw from that. So there's our straw, and then if we go into here, sugar beet shredder, what's this one? Animal feed product. Have I just put that in and I didn't need it? Oh, to be fair, that's only for pig food though. Fish food. What's that? I'm sure it was that one that I was looking at that could do. That's the sort of thing I was looking at to begin with that could do mineral feed. I'll have to have a look, see what I can put in, because obviously I don't want something that's going to be... I've lost where I am now, this way. I don't want to put something in that's not going to be in keeping with the Let's Play. But we'll have to have a gander, and it'll probably work out quite well for us in the end, because the more stuff we build in the yard is the more stuff we have to replicate when the update comes. So it may be a blessing in disguise that that's happened. But right, this is the last little bit, so we'll go across over there. and let's collect on that contract, which just adds a little bit more in for us. So that brings us back up to 3,754, but we spent a fair bit of money and bought a fair amount of stuff, which is very good. So yeah, so we are going to leave it at that for now. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.